Hello my royal lovelies, welcome back to the channel, and as always welcome to my home. I have my notebook today, so I've got lots of things to talk about. Let's tell you what we're going to talk about straight from the top. We're going to talk about Princess Anne coming out of hospital. We've got Prince Harry with some more legal stuff about Spare and the messages being hidden and wiped. We've also got quite a lot of the Pat Tilman award controversy, a lot of backlash coming Harry's way, especially regarding Pat Tilman's mother. And we have a royal birthday, an anniversary of a birthday, because it is today what would have been Princess Diana's birthday. So, yes, without further ado, oh, by the way, I've got a nice sunny background on because if you could see in front of me out of the window before me, it is definitely not sunny today in the UK. It's cold. I'm back in my long sleeve tops in July. It's the 1st of July. It's cloudy. It's horrible, abysmal weather. And I'll just tell you about the jewellery as well. So this is the replica Duchess Augusta tiara. We've got a pearl strand necklace and the Jardine star. So I think that's fancy enough for today. So thank you for watching my previous video, if you did, where I spoke about Princess Anne still being in hospital, and I said by the time you see this video, because it's a pre-recorded one, she would most likely be out of hospital. And true to form, she left hospital on the day that that video went out. So Princess Anne has left hospital. It's not expected that she will return to royal duty anytime soon. I think she was a little bit more affected by the horse kick or headbutt. We're still not quite sure exactly what it was. Remember, Princess Anne cannot remember exactly what happened, so it must have happened incredibly quickly. I did hear somebody say that certain people on the internet are saying that it happened as she was walking in a paddock or by a field. Well, I mean, duh. where are normally horses kept? I mean, you know, normally horses are in a field or a pen or somewhere. If you're not riding them, they're usually enclosed somewhere. That's what, normal, sensible equestrian people would do. So yes, I think it doesn't take a genius to kind of, reach out and kind of grasp at a few straws and come to the conclusion that perhaps Princess Anne was walking in a field or an enclosure and, something happened with the horses. So we still don't know exactly what happened. Nobody out there knows exactly because Princess Anne doesn't even know what happened exactly. So, so there you go. All we can do is the best case assumptions when it comes to this. But we do know that she is out. Her husband, Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence, thanked the hospital staff for their kindness in a short statement. And then she returns to Gatcombe Park, her home. So the statement read, "I would like to extend my warmest thanks to all the team at Southmead Hospital," it's a National Health Service hospital, "for their care, expertise and kindness during my wife's short stay." And there we go. That's all we have on Princess Anne. And we hope that she makes a full recovery, a swift recovery, because I bet it's driving her potty not being able to do what she would normally do. So get well soon, Your Royal Highness. Next, more Prince Harry legal woes and dramas going on. I mean, to be honest, if I'm being really honest, I'm actually fed up of Prince Harry and all this retribution streak that he's on. It's doing him no favours. I mean, I bet it's not doing his mental health any favours. I think he keeps striving for something that he never quite obtains. I think he has all this sort of pent-up rage and anger and, hate against the media, against his family, against all kinds of different things. And he's out for retribution. He wants to take people down. And I think he's after this kind of feeling that makes him feel better about it all. When in fact, any amount of retribution he gets is not going to change what happened. It's not going to change the past. He's got to deal with it and move on. I really don't think it is useful or constructive going back now and trying to get all this retribution. I mean, not only is it hassle, stress, worry, money, but also it confirms a lot of this stuff that Harry didn't really want out there in the media in the first place. You know, it actually, more ends up coming out from it, more ends up being confirmed, more ends up being revealed than what he didn't want revealed in the first place. So I'm failing to see the point, and I just don't think he's getting what he wants from it whenever he does win any parts of these legal things. And of course, you know, there are huge things that he has lost as well. I mean, he certainly hasn't won against the Home Office when it comes to getting security, has he? So anyway, the Duke of Sussex, Harry, has been ordered by a High Court judge to explain why messages which might be relevant to his legal case against the publisher of The Sun have been deleted. Deleted messages? Trying to cover your tracks, Harry? News group newspapers, which also published the defunct News of the World, had brought a one-day hearing to help gain access to documents, emails, messages related to Prince Harry's claim. Interesting. The Prince and more than 40 others are suing the company over allegations of unlawful information gathering, and the trial, this part of the trial, is expected to start in January 2025. NGN is contesting the claims. Mr. Justice Timothy Fancourt said there was evidence that a large number of potentially relevant documents and confidential messages between the Prince and the ghostwriter of his autobiography Spare were destroyed sometime between 2021 and 2023, well after this claim was underway. So could it be trying to dispense of any evidence? The judge, I think, is certainly leaning towards that train of thought. The position is not transparently clear about what happened, the judge said. He said the Prince's exchanges with writer J.R. Moehringer, I hope I said that correctly, more like No Hoper, on the Signal messaging app may have related to the parts of Spare in which unlawful information gathering in relation to the newspapers was discussed. NGN's legal team accused the Duke of obfuscation, but Prince Harry's barrister David Sherborne, Moneybags, who sees Harry as a legal cash cow, said in a written argument that the Duke had not discussed unlawful information gathering via text or WhatsApp with anyone, and that his Signal messages had been wiped. Well, how do we know? Harry says lots of things that end up not being quite true. Mr. Justice Fancourt ruled that a wider search was required of Prince Harry's laptop, text and WhatsApp messages to look at exchanges from 2005 until early 2023. I would love to see that. I would love to have a rummage through Harry's phone. Can you imagine? Although I wouldn't want to come across any, nude exchanges between Harry and Meghan. Nobody wants to see that. My goodness, like an oven-ready chicken. The Duke was also ordered to produce a witness statement explaining how messages with his ghostwriter J.R. Moehringer, I'm just going to call him J.R., were missing. The news group was awarded 2/3 of its costs, but the Duke of Sussex's legal team is disputing the $132,000 bill after arguing the amount is excessive for a one-day hearing. Well, don't start it then. If you can't afford to finish it, if you can't afford to fund the legal stuff that you've started, that you've created, then, don't moan about the bill. You know how much these legal bills cost because you've done it more than once. Anyway, it comes after NGN's legal team had sought an order forcing Harry to disclose any information he had which would be relevant to what he knew about the alleged unlawful behaviour towards the end of 2013. Reasonable. I think that's a reasonable thing to request. NGN had argued that if the Duke knew he had a potential claim before that date, then the case should be dismissed on the grounds it was filed too late. Ooh. Anyway, under legal rules, claims usually have to be brought within 6 years, but many of these cases go back decades. Anyway, it rumbles on, and I'm fed up of all this legal stuff, to be quite honest. It's not my cup of tea. All this retribution and nonsense. Live and let live. Move on. Yes, these newspapers did do things that were wrong. They did, because it's not just Harry. Other people have, had their phones hacked and things have been obtained in sort of dubious ways. I'm not disputing that. I mean, they shouldn't have done it. I'm not on the newspaper side for any point, for that matter. But at the same time, I just don't think it's doing Harry himself any good. I think he's just bringing up all this stuff. Things are ending up being confirmed that he probably doesn't, well, maybe he does want them out there, which again is, he's invading his own privacy and then calls for privacy and all the rest of it. Ugh. It's just a nightmare. Let me know in the comment section, are you fed up with Prince Harry's legal dramas? Do you think he should just belt up and just get on with life? If you want to live with Meghan and you want to do all this in Montecito, whatever, if you want to buy all these awards, get on with it. Just don't bother us. Right, next. So this is a follow-up to a piece that I said in my previous video about Prince Harry receiving the Pat Tilman Award. And there has been a lot of backlash that has come from this. And spectacularly, it has actually come from Pat Tilman's mother. So I'm going to read parts of this and then comment on it as and when. So backlash grows after Prince Harry wins the award set up to honour Pat Tilman, who is, of course, a war hero that is no longer with us. So the mother of a US war hero who was killed, a bit of background, in Afghanistan, has criticised the decision to give Prince Harry an award honouring her dead son. Mouth drop. Harry will receive the memorial award set up in the name of Pat Tilman, an American football star who gave up a £3 million contract, although that'll be in dollars, whatever, it'll be more in dollars, I think, to enlist in the US Army after 9/11 in Hollywood next month. So this is, a man that gave up a contract to help. So I can see why he would have an award set up in his honour. It's a prestigious award. Other people have won this previously, including Mark Rashford from the UK, a footballer who has helped people during the pandemic, children with free school meals. So I can, this is a worthy award that deserves to have a worthy recipient. So I can see why his mother would have an opinion on who receives the award in her child's name. But the soldier's mother, Mary, said she was not consulted, adding, "I am shocked as to why they would select such a controversial and divisive individual to receive the award." Wow. She is not holding back any punches, is she? She's gone full in there. So shocked. That is an emotive word. Calling Harry controversial and divisive. Well, he is a controversial and divisive figure. She's not wrong. The Sussex squad would have you believe that the sun shines out of Harry and Meghan's backside, proverbial backside. And that we should all bask and bathe in the glow that emits from their posteriors. Well, most of us, that's a small percentage of people. Most of us can see what Harry and Meghan are doing. And we can quite easily see that all this stuff, their bad PR, it's all of their own doing. And therefore they are controversial and divisive. So Mary is not wrong, is she? She said there are recipients that are far more fitting. I think most of us could agree to that. There are individuals working in the veteran community that are doing tremendous things to assist veterans. Well, yes, I mean, Harry, did set up, with the help of the Royal Foundation and different various aspects of funding, the Invictus Games. He has worked very hard on that over I would say the more early years of it when he was a royal family member. I think in recent times, he's just kind of turned up and sort of put his stamp to it. He's exploited the veterans, making that Netflix documentary, and don't forget, he got the money for that. He got the money. That was Archewell Productions, not the Archewell non-profit. So anything made through Archewell Productions, that's his money that he keeps. So he exploited veterans. I feel like he's using the Invictus Games these days as a cash cow. That's what I feel. I think he's just putting his name to things and then just taking all the glory. In the early days, I think when he was part of the royal family, I think he did work very hard, but I think things have shifted. Since he left, I think he's more just a figurehead, just kind of swooping in and taking all the glory, all the glorious moments he's there for, the photo ops, Meghan with the chicken legs out, all that stuff. Anyway, so I agree. I think there are more deserving recipients. These individuals do not have the money, resources, connections, or privilege that Prince Harry has. Well, he does. He does have the money, he does have the resources, he does have the connections, and he does have the privilege. And he seems to be winning all of these awards. Yes, tells a tale, doesn't it, my loves? I feel that those types of individuals should be recognised. Yes, there should be, people that, just regular people that have helped veterans, or veterans that are helping veterans. They should be the ones receiving the award, not celebrities, not people that have connections, resources, privilege. It's all just a bit contrived, isn't it? Absolutely. So the ESPY Awards, which stands for Excellence in Sports Performance, yearly. I have to say, I'm not familiar with this. Being in the UK, I wasn't familiar with Pat Tilman. I wasn't familiar with his mother. I wasn't familiar with the award. So this is all quite new to me. But I do understand it is a very important and prestigious award. It's run by the sports TV network ESPN, and the Pat Tilman Award has previously been given to unsung heroes. Last year, it went to members of the Buffalo Bills American football team who trained staff who revived a dying player on the field. Well, there you go. That's something that needs recognising. ESPN said Harry was being honoured for his tireless work in making a positive impact for the veteran community through the power of sport with his Invictus Games. Well, I've already spoke about how much tireless work I think he does these days compared to what he put in the early days. But the decision to honour him has led to a backlash. A petition yesterday demanded ESPN to think again, claiming Harry had been involved in controversies that call into question his suitability to receive an honour of this magnitude. It says awarding this honour to someone who does not reflect the award's intent diminishes its value and disrespects Tillman's memory. Pat Tilman was hailed in the US after giving up his lucrative career with the Arizona Cardinals to enlist as an Army Ranger. He served in Iraq and then Afghanistan, where he was killed by friendly fire in 2004. He was awarded the Silver Star and Purple Heart for bravery. So yes, you've angered his mother, and that is not somewhere that you want to be. This now has been mired. If Harry chooses to continue, being a recipient of this award, I think he should refuse it, and I think they should choose again. He is a controversial and divisive figure. You can question how much tireless work he is doing these days. We're not talking about the early days. I think he did work very hard in the early days, but these days, I think he just turns up for the photo ops and blah, blah, blah. Unless, of course, there's a foreign tour on the offing, of which he's there like a shot. You know which one I'm talking about. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. But yeah, it's just dirty. It's dirty, mucky stuff that goes on. All these dodgy dealings and privilege and everything that it can bring. I'm shuddering. Right. As I'm looking at my screen now, it says 2 hours ago, Sarah Ferguson, Sarah, Duchess of York, ex-wife of Prince Andrew, Duke of York, posted a beautiful photo of herself with the late Princess Diana, or Diana, Princess of Wales, as she was at the time of her passing. And they're looking up. I think, are they possibly on a balcony? Maybe that's drooping the colour. I can't quite tell. But Diana's looking beautiful in green with a beautiful hat. I think she was a beautiful lady. She was really, really stunning. and a very much younger looking Sarah as well. But it would have been the anniversary, well, it is the anniversary of Diana's birthday, so today would have been her birthday. And Sarah said, "You were a pillar of light and love, and what a legacy you have left behind. I will forever remember our laughter and the kindest kind spirit I found in you. I am sure you are watching over us always. Rest in peace, my friend." So yes, and the Diana Award as well, posted today on what would have been Princess Diana's 63rd birthday. The Diana Award reflects on the enduring legacy she has left behind. And of course she has. And let's not forget as well, Prince Harry does receive half of the money from the Diana legacy every year. So I presume he puts that into other charitable causes. Obviously, William and Catherine get the remainder. So yes, it would have been her birthday. And one does wonder at times like this what she would have made of all the happenings and goings on in the royal family with William and Harry today. I like to think that we would be in a position where we had a happy and settled married Charles and Camilla, but we would have also maybe have had a happy and settled married, maybe she'd have gone on to have other children, Diana. I like to think that Charles and Diana would have both had their happy endings, you know, if the terrible 1997 tragedy had not occurred. And I do wonder if any of this with William and Harry would have happened at all had Diana been here. I don't personally, I mean, no one's got a crystal ball. This is just me speculating, but I don't think it would. I think, you know, Harry would have always had a bit of that side about him. But I think Diana would have probably kept things under control. And the one thing that you could take from the Martin Bashir Panorama interview was that Diana respected her children's place, both children, place and role in the royal family. She knew that William was going to be the one that would be king, but she also knew that Harry would be there, has a very useful and fulfilled role supporting the crown. It's not necessarily supporting your brother, it's supporting the institution of monarchy. And Diana was not anti-monarchy. Diana came from an aristocratic background. She knew how things worked. She respected the institution of monarchy. She was not anti-monarchy. I think, you know, she felt that the monarchy was not working for her, in her case, in her situation. I think she always felt like a bit of an outsider, a bit of an outcast. But I think she understood the importance of monarchy and her children's role as being the future of it. So she knew it was going to all go to William, but she also knew that Harry had a lifelong, you know, role to play, in the same way that she could see Princess Anne and Edward and Prince Andrew fulfilling their roles at that time. So Diana was not anti-monarchy, and I think she would have despaired at Harry's decision to move away. Diana herself did move away from the royal family after divorce. She was left with little choice at that point, you know, when she was sort of almost instructed by Her late Majesty to, yes, you know, go through with a divorce. And of course she had no option other than to forge this new life. And one does wonder what her life would have been like had she lived. We're never going to know. So on this day, we do remember Diana and, you know, on her happy heavenly 63rd birthday. Right, thank you for watching this video. For those of you that have managed to watch it, if YouTube has sent out notifications, do let me know. Right, so until next time, thank you for watching. Please like, thumbs up, leave a comment. It really does help get this video discovered if you do the thumbs up thing. I know YouTubers say it all the time, but please just click the thumbs up, just leave a comment, whatever. And then if you can, share the video, share the link on any of your social medias. That really helps as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. So mwah to you all, and goodbye.